The podium's yours. Good morning, everyone. Or good afternoon, I should say. It's all yours.
My friend Gary Naylor likes me to read something before I give the prayer. So Gary, this is for you today. Found this on the internet a couple weeks ago, and I've shared it several different places. A nurse in a pediatric ward, before listening to the little one's chest, would plug in the stethoscope into their ears and then let them listen to their own hearts. Their eyes would always light up with awe, but she never got a response to equal that of 4-year-old David's. Gently, she tucked the stethoscope in his ears and then placed the disc over his heart. "Listen," she said. "What did you suppose that is?" He drew his eyebrows together in a puzzled line and looked up, as if lost in the mystery of the strange tap-tap-tapping deep in his chest. Then his face broke out in a wondrous grin. He said, "Is that Jesus knocking?" We sing at your church and at mine, we sing the song, "In my heart there rings a melody, there rings a melody of love." And I just ask you today, is Jesus knocking in your heart before I pray? Let's pray. Father, we're thankful that many folks in this community have Jesus knocking in their heart each and every day with love and compassion for others. And Father, we get that from your Son Jesus, who did that for us. Father, we just bless our county during this month of our bicentennial celebration. Father, we're thankful for all those who have gone before us, who have been faithful to you and faithful to this community, have done great things to advance our county. Father, just be with the celebration, be with those who made the plans. We know, Father, that the plans are set in place. I just pray, Father, that many will come and be a part of that. Father, be with this group today, the commissioners, as they meet, give them a good heart, harmony, and we pray, Father, for all the decisions they make will be within your will. Father, all these things we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Call this meeting of the Fayette County Commissioners to order. Please rise for the flag. Pledge of the flag, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remind everyone to please silence your phones. I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes of the April 16th and the April 23rd meetings, please.
I'll move to approve minutes from the April 16 and April 23 commissioner meetings.
Seconded. There's a motion made and seconded for approval of both minutes as presented. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes. We'll start out with the sheriff.
Good afternoon.
How are you, sir?
Good, how are you guys?
Here.
Good, good. All right. Beautiful day. I know everybody's ready to get out and enjoy it before the rain gets here the rest of the week. I have 2 things. The first thing is about our padded cell. That needs repaired again, unfortunately. I have submitted a quote to you guys. This is from Padded Surfaces by B&E. This was sent to them from our jail commander. We got this back April 5th. The total to repair that cell is $6,450. There's not a lot of people that specialize in doing this type of work. It is essential for us to have these type of things for either psych patients or just people that are wanting to do harm for themselves, suicidal subjects that are in our jail. We've not had this it's been down for a little bit of time, and it's something we need to try to get repaired ASAP. We only have 1 padded cell that we use, and it usually, when it gets repaired, it's repaired for a while. Usually we're given some reassurance that it's going to be good for a while, and somehow, like they do with a lot of things, the little MacGyvers that they are, somehow they find a way to tear something up or damage it eventually, but it does last for a while. So this is the company we went with a time or two before. It has lasted for quite some time, the times before, but for me to sit up here and tell you that this is going to last forever, I cannot sit here and tell you that. But it does need repaired as soon as possible. There is some money that we are hoping to recoup at some point. I did have a discussion with Commissioner Strong about that, and Mr. Westling, I'd had a discussion with him that we were working on that, about trying to recoup some of that money.
So in other words, we need a little more money, right?
Yes, sir.
Could we take it out of the contractual services? Or keep that, because somebody comes and beats their head in, we're gonna be responsible for it.
Either that or we've got that remodeling fund in the Cume Cap.
Is that remodel?
I don't know how these people do that, but they do.
They do.
I don't think I could tear that thing up with my pocket knife.
Hey, they could tear a rock up and put it in there, I'll bet you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's part of the facility that you have to have. I certainly understand that. And I know that, I remember it's been repaired at least twice before that I can recall.
Yeah, I talked to Billy this morning, I know twice during his 2 terms that had to be repaired. This is the first under mine, so 5 years in, so hopefully.
Well,
the
you've done
last-
good then, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm ahead of the game here, so hopefully the last too. We'll try to make it last, unless the Hulk comes in or something, we should make it.
You confident this is the best bid you can get?
Yes, sir.
Is there a
I move
motion?
to accept the bid from the, what's the name of this?
B&E.
B&E
Breaking and entering.
Services. Or, is that for the $6,000?
$6,450.
$6,450.
I'll second the motion.
There's a motion made and seconded that we approve the bid for repair of the padded cell at the jail. Do we want to take this from the Cume Cap remodel line
Yeah.
item?
I have no objection to that, but I really, I haven't had time to even look at different funds to see where might be the best to do that, but,
Because the Cume jail's pretty limited on what we can
yeah,
get out of it, so,
not much money comes into that fund to begin with.
no. Is there any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes. And then any reimbursement, we'll reimburse Cume Cap back.
Would it, let me pose this question to you, Sheriff. And maybe the county attorney might want to weigh in on this too. Do you know of any county in or situations like this that files tort claims against inmates for damages done while they're in the jails?
Yeah, I'll defer.
So one way this potentially could be handled is if there's a crime committed because of the vandalism, which may or may not be in the case. I think that was the case here, that was actual additional charge that was filed. You can ask for what's called restitution in a criminal case. So the restitution could be an order by the judge along with sentencing, okay? And then that would be a judgment that's entered against that human being that they would have to pay that back. In this case, for some reason, that fell through the cracks, which it doesn't happen often, but occasionally it does happen. So in this case, I do think that it might be appropriate to sue that individual. The unfortunate thing, though, to be honest with you, is just because you sue somebody and you get a judgment doesn't mean you'll ever get a penny, right?
Sure.
And you may expend funds, having resources trying to get them sued, located, and then hearings and those type of things, and may never recover anything, okay? And likely that's pretty common with somebody that's unable to bond out of jail traditionally, right? So that may or may not be the case here, but I don't think it would be uncommon to sue the individual responsible. It'd be a pretty easy case to prove, obviously. padded cell was great at one point in time. He's in it. It's not, right? So no, I think, and that's something the sheriff and I have talked about. He called me and asked my opinion on that, and I said, yeah, that's something we'd look into. First thing I wanted to do was make sure that there wasn't restitution ordered in a criminal case, and he had actually already done that legwork and said that it was not. So we'll certainly attempt to. Probably look for guidance on you guys if at the next meeting, if it gets to a point where I think the only logical step is to sue them. I would probably look for guidance on your guys' thoughts on what, if you would like that to be done.
I know over the years, we've had not only a lot of property damage over there, but we've incurred medical expenses due to fights and that such, you know, due to misbehavior over there. If we could do anything to put more responsibility for their actions on people that are in jail, I don't know if it would encourage them to behave themselves or not. But
I mean, that's, if your end goal is to change the behavior, that's probably not gonna work.
yeah. But at the end of the day, if we could recover
Now,
somewhat
if you're engaged
financially,
to try to
that would be a
recover.
positive. Yeah.
Absolutely, certainly. And I don't mean to be catty, but I mean, a guy's tearing up a padded wall, the last thing he's worrying about is how much it's gonna cost him when he gets out, right?
Probably.
Two guys getting in a fight and they are not necessarily worried about one of the manyest lawsuits that they may have filed against them. I mean, if breaking the criminal code is not enough of a deterrence, then a fiscal responsibility is not gonna change their behavior. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna get out and they're gonna owe probation money and possibly child support, and there's gonna be a lot of people coming for money. We may go at the back end of that, but at least at some point we may get something, but I like your way of thinking for sure, because anything that would deter any of that, because when those come in, those lawsuits come in, my name's, your guys' name and mine are at the top of those tort claims, so yeah, anything that would be a deterrent, I'm all for it, but I think Mr. Westling is right, that it's usually the least of their worries at that point, but if not to move on, if we have anything else to discuss. The second thing I have is about our Bulletproof Vest Fund, if Diana, if you want to come up, or I can go ahead. We are going to apply for 12 new vests for our department. Ours are getting ready to expire. We do have 2 of our newer guys that just got them that are, they're fine, but we do need 12 new ones. It is a 50-50 grant. We have the money. We'll pay for the 50% out of our firearms fund. We got a quote today from Ray O'Haron, who is the city. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the new tactical type vest that they're wearing every day. They're relieving a lot of pressure that is, you know, a lot of officers when they're done at the end of their career have a lot of back issues, a lot of things that these are getting radios off of their belts, getting tasers off some of their belts. It's more of kind of ours are going to be kind of dependent on what the guy wants to take off. Some guys are comfortable taking their taser off, putting it up here. Some will leave it on their belt, but these will be different type vests. But what we're actually going for is the actual vest inside the covers. We've already been outfitted for through Ray O'Haron, so we talked to them today. They're about $950 a piece. The total, I believe, did I send you 1180? Is that, or 11,800?
I didn't write, that's half.
Okay, so the half that we would need would be 5,700, but we're going to pay for that out of our firearms fund. So we just need, Diana needs your approval to move forward to apply for that.
Question, Diana, and I can't remember, but because you and I have talked about so many different grant applications and whatnot over the last few months, but wasn't this an application that required policy in place?
They do need a mandatory wear policy, and also I just gave Joey some information today. There's also a second uniquely fitted armor vest requirement that they have to have in their mandatory wear policy. And that just is saying that each officer is gonna be fitted individually, that they don't take a vest that's made for Joey and put it on me, and then that's gonna be okay.
Yeah, okay. Do we have that written policy?
We have the mandatory wear policy in effect. I think we will have to change the verbiage to fit with this, which won't take much time at all. So we'll make that correction to it and make sure it's updated for this, and we'll be good to go.
I appreciate it, Joe.
Yeah, no problem.
Is there any other questions? Sir, I'll entertain a motion for, to allow Diana to apply.
I'll move to authorize Diana Wright to proceed with the grant application for this, these new vests.
I'll second the motion.
There's a motion made and seconded that we allow Diana to apply for this grant, a 50/50 matching grant. Are there any other questions or comments? I do have one. Is this a reimbursement grant or?
It is a reimbursement grant. We already
So-
have a fund set up.
So will you have ample money to pay for the whole thing then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Jay? Did I see? Are you trying to hide back there from me,
I
or
just figured good time for a change. Good afternoon.
how are you?
Still kicking. We're trying to catch our cans up, get all the cans put in we can before they start any paving or anything like that. But it seems like every time it rains, we find more problems. I wish you'd quit for a while, let everything dry out, and you can get something done.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as that, we had a tank car out on 550 East, right there before Base Road. Monday evening, right at quitting time, we found it, had one side washed out. It was about halfway across the road underneath the river. And all it had was a blacktop covering the river. So we barricaded it and come back Tuesday or Wednesday morning, and they found the other side, same way. And they've been driving across that side. But they're getting it finished up. Daryl and the others are out there right now finishing it up. They could be done by the end of the day, I hope. If not, we'll barricade it and finish it tomorrow. That's all I have.
You have that purchase agreement, resolution?
Two copies.
This is a purchase agreement that we, between Madison,
Madison, yeah.
Madison County
Yeah,
and
it's up
us
at,
for the rubber tire roller.
Anderson.
We'll need a motion to approve that resolution. Is that a resolution, Jane, or?
Yes.
Do you have a number for it?
19R3.
It'd be 19R3. While they're looking over that, Jay,
Which we just signed. There's one for us to sign and then one for Madison County to sign. So we just signed the one copy. I mean, we signed both copies, but we only have to sign one page of it, I believe.
yeah, I was gonna say, because what was sent to me already has their signatures on it.
Okay, I'll move to approve Resolution 19R3, which enters into a purchase agreement between Fayette and Madison Counties, Indiana, for the purchase of one used rubber tire roller for a price of $22,500.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made and seconded that we approve resolution 19R3. Is there any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes.
We don't have to sign anything.
No,
It's all there.
And Jay, this is kind of old business, but is the sheriff still in here?
No, he's not.
He left.
Mr. Collins, out on Gray Road,
Mhm.
he was asking where we were at on guardrail. I advised him that there wasn't any room within our right-of-way to put a guardrail. He advised me that IMI was currently making him concrete blocks. And you need two of them signed. And then I asked him to make sure that he placed them outside our right-of-way. Is there a problem with that?
No, he's already got the information off Bill.
I did your research and gave him the distances he needed to be from the center of the road.
Just now, or?
Yeah, before the meeting.
Okay, all right,
Yeah, I knew he understands what he needs to do.
okay. He also advised that in order for people to get around the rumble strips, they're driving left to center out there, including the school corporation with their buses.
Put them all the way across the road.
Put him on the upside.
Yep.
So I'd like to.
Take care of it.
Yeah, if you put them on, down both sides.
It's crazy what people will do.
Yeah.
But I would,
Well, that's like your bridge things when you close your roads for the drive-forward. They drive anyway, so
We were sitting out there talking to Darrell, and he said he was sitting there on the phone, talking to the guys back in the garage to bring something out to him on the job site.
went around him.
No, he parked on half the road. Guy drove right across the side where there was no bottom to it.
and just go right on over.
Yep, waved to him and went on. With road glow signs at the end of the road.
Yeah. So I don't know what else we can do other than putting rumble strips clear across the road.
But if we can do that, put them in the center and on the other side.
Yep, I do it. They ain't gonna drive around.
Okay?
I don't
I'll
know.
tell Danny to order some more.
It's for their own safety.
I understand that, but they don't care. Anytime they'll pass each other going down through there. trying to get around.
Maybe we don't need quite as many, but I don't know,
Take one set and put a split between both places there, in the middle lane.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, that might be enough.
I don't know what else to do with it.
Is that permissible, really?
Trail court should do it.
I've never seen rumble strips on both lanes on any road in the state of Indiana before.
Usually they're on the straight lane and that's it. They're up the hill to slow you down for the turn lane. But what they're doing is, I heard what he said in the newspaper, they jump over and then pass and go down the outside lane. But he said they about run into each other trying to get down there one day.
We'll stop an accident that way.
I don't know if that's the answer, but I don't know what else to do.
Make it all one way.
Well, maybe if the sheriff has issued some citations for driving left of center, that might help. I don't
Couldn't hurt.
know.
You want to try that?
I'd rather try that. I would seriously question whether we can legally put rumble strips in both lanes.
I don't know if the traffic book we have down the highway says anything about that or not. I can look it up and see.
I'd certainly want to research it before I said do it.
You can always put a pothole there.
Yeah, potholes might work. You've got a few.
We've got enough of them. We don't need any more. But we're trying to get ahead of them, but it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Every time it rains, it puts us 2 days behind.
Do you want to talk to Joey then?
Well, I can ask him if there's, give it some time out there. But if you say it's even school buses doing that?
I had heard that part.
They have seen a school bus do it, at least one.
Well,
They've called the school corporation to stop that.
Well, that's what I told him. I said,
Yeah,
one phone call to the bus barn and I bet you that'll stop.
should,
Should stop it,
yeah.
but it's a pretty dangerous situation for us, unless he's empty, but still. I bet the state frowns on that real bad. So, but that's, I told him, I said, I don't know what else we can do. We put a lighted stop sign out there, we put rumble strips to slow them down and warn them of an intersection coming. I said,
Now, he's gonna put them concrete blocks in his yard out there, so
Yeah.
that'll stop them.
well,
3,500 pounds apiece. I don't think they're gonna move them too easy.
no, I don't think so.
At least you hope not.
But he may not want the liability when somebody hits it though.
Yeah, that's always that too, yeah.
But anyway, I tried to discourage that, but that's his decision. As long as he stays out of our right of way, it keeps us out of the liability loop, I would hope. Is there anything else for Jay?
I don't have anything.
Jay, that situation out there on 200, there at Heritage House along that,
Oh, that bank out there?
I did get to go out there and look at that
Pretty
kind of.
bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think it's pretty serious. I think we need to try to address that somehow with the state, in cooperation with the state, because,
But you see what I was talking about, where
Yeah.
their culvert is right there, there's not much you can do to that corner of it.
there's not much you can do with that corner unless they extend that box to the end of their right of way.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking maybe that Jay needs to maybe make contact with Greenfield and NDOT and see what they're willing to do with that, because we're gonna lose that road if we
I mean,
don't.
we can put more riprap on the back half of it, but if they're in the corner, there's not a lot you can do.
Mm-mm. And the only thing that I could see that you could possibly do, but it's gonna require more right of way on our part, is to get Henry's to allow us to cut a new ditch farther away from the road, where you right out from underneath the highway, you direct it to the east and then down. But I don't know how long that's gonna stay that way.
And you know how water will go where it wants to go.
Wherever
You're
it
not
wants
gonna-
to
You're not
go.
gonna make it go one way.
Why has that gotten so bad? Because Henry's cleaning those trees out over the years?
No idea, I don't remember,
Because I don't remember it being a problem.
'cause I remember when we put the riprap and stuff on it the last time, that's where Jerry was still here. And it helped for a long time, but that corner, there's just not a lot you can do with it.
Yeah. Well, we probably need to,
I can
Address
call them and
it.
see what they say.
because we need to address 200. I mean,
Yeah.
and there's no sense in spending money on a paving job if it may wash off, wash away.
Yeah. It keeps raining like it is.
Couldn't wash everything away.
Yeah.
Well, while Jay's here, and we're on the subject of roads, I want to share this. Out there on, what is it, 625, or out by Wiley Chapel Cemetery, where the road slipped off the side of the hill.
The slip out there?
Yeah.
560.
Okay,
565, yeah.
565.
I was out there maybe a week ago, and going south past the slip, the hill started slipping down there too, at least 100 foot beyond the
Yeah,
dirt pile.
I
in the
seen that
middle.
the last time I was out there too. It's not bad yet, but it's just starting to break off.
Yeah, it's breaking off right at the edge of the
Yeah.
road.
Gotta be the
South
creek
of it.
causing it.
Yeah, south of the slip. And I did talk to the owner of that corner property. about possibly selling it to us so we could reroute the road. And he didn't make any promises, but he said he would consider it. So he's got my phone number, and I'll probably be talking to him again. I explained to him the process that we had to go through to purchase anything like that. I don't think he really has any immediate plans for it, and he, you know, he might seriously consider letting us have it. But I'm sure he would want to see he would have to see at least a couple of appraisals before he'd make up his mind to whether to do that or not. But that's the only thing I can think of, maybe fixing it permanently, move the road on it.
You can only go so far that way because of that creek that comes down there alongside it on that side too. That's the only downfall to it.
Well, that creek already runs under the road.
Yeah. But I'm thinking the creek down at the bottom is causing a big problem because it turns and comes into the road right there. They had cement there along when the old road was down there.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's getting past that old cement or what.
I'm wondering if we don't need to go in there and build a Gabion wall down through there, Gabion box.
I wondered about some of them pilings like they're giving this guy out here on the bypass, setting them, digging down and setting them, and then covering them, then moving up the hill and setting more. Kind of stair step it, see if it'll stop it. Something's got to help it.
Yeah.
Because it's just, it's down, well, it was probably down more when you was out there, wasn't it, Dave?
Yeah.
It'd be better if we could figure out whether it's slipping out from underneath of it,
I think it's, what it's doing, is slipping out and dropping down.
or, yeah.
Yeah, because you can see up on the road where it just drops straight down.
It doesn't
Hard to tell in the
appear that
grass out
the
there.
hillside is falling off.
Yeah, it is, but it's hard to tell in the grass out there
Yeah.
where it's moving at out there.
Well, I've heard from 2 local residents out there recently that use that road, and they're a little bit anxious, when we're going to get it fixed. And I told them, well, as soon as we can figure out what's actually happening, we don't have a date set to have it fixed. But, we'll see if we hear anything from the owner of that corner property soon. At least consider something like that.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else for Jay? Oh, Mark, you gonna talk to him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Is Bill Gray here? I don't think he is.
No, he told me he wouldn't be here today. He didn't have any bad news for us.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Bill Mackey?
Yeah, back for the small structures and see if you guys, did you all read the new contract? And see if you wanted to go ahead and make a decision today on one way or the other and put this baby to rest. There was 29 structures under 5 feet that are concrete or other. I know we discussed that last time. I knew there were some, but ended up determining there's 29 under the 5 foot. Did you see the price on the fee schedules and option 2 and option 1? Of course, option 1 stays the same. Option 2 went up with count for the extra 29.
Option 2 also would require county highway department to continue doing what they've been doing.
Yes, on the metal ones.
Yeah. You don't have any objection to that, do you, Jay? Okay.
No.
You guys are used to doing it already.
We're just having trouble doing it this year because all the rainwater's still standing in the line.
Yeah.
We understand that.
Is there Bill, do you already have an appropriation line item?
No, I do not. I'll have to go to council and get one.
So, motion one way or the other pending approval of the council?
I'm gonna go with option 2. Okay. I'll move we enter into an inspection agreement with Jansen and Spans Engineering for the inspection of culverts and structures covered in option number 2 in this contractual agreement, $37,975.
Pending approval of the council?
Yeah. Well, the council will have to decide.
Yes.
Because I don't want to
Yeah.
obligate the council.
No, we can't do that.
So we agree with them if they agree with us.
Motion made and seconded.
I'll
Or-
second, yeah.
is- Motion made and is seconded by Mark that we go with option 2 in this agreement pending approval of the council's appropriation. Is there any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes. Thank you, Bill.
There's one you can sign. You want to sign it? Those are just a black and white copy. That's a color one. So that's the one you want to sign.
Would you sign? So it can't happen before June, at the soonest.
I don't have anything else unless you do.
We'll have to hold off on signature until it goes to the council.
Okay, okay.
But is this the signature
Yeah.
copy that you want?
Yeah.
And Jane will keep it.
Okay, that'll be good.
What we gotta do to get rid of that stop sign in orange?
I've got it right here.
Okay.
Do you have anything else for me?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Do you want to address it now while Bill's here?
Yeah, that's good.
We had it under new business. All we have to do is, the four-way stop sign in orange was made under an ordinance 95-16. We'll need a motion to repeal the ordinance of 95-15, or 16, I'm sorry. And then in that language to revert back to the two-way.
I'll move to repeal the 95-16 and revert it back to the old way.
I'll second the motion.
There's a motion made and seconded that we repeal ordinance 95-16, which was establishing a four-way stop in orange, and revert back to the original ordinance that pertained to a two-way stop. Is there any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes.
So I guess you can take down the signs?
Now, you're talking about taking the east-west signs down and leaving them north-south.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll relay the message.
All right. Do we actually need to put that in a ordinance, with an ordinance number, Jeff, or?
No, I think it's repeal it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Well, we're just getting all kinds of stuff done ahead of time. Then we have Jeff Coleman. How are you, sir?
Doing well, how are you?
I'm just fine, thank you.
I've just come to request that the assessor's office be able to close a few other dates and times for various reasons. We close it for appeal processing. Me and the reassessment clerk will be working on appeal processing. while the other two ladies would be working on developing our protocols for data collection and house typing. I've got several dates lined up. I also have a vendor going to come in and do some training on GIS. And those dates that I have are Thursday, May 16th, noon to 4 p.m. It'd be a Thursday afternoon. I have a Monday, May 20th, from 9:30 to 11:30 in the morning. Just need a couple hours for training. Thursday, May 30th, June 13th, June 20th, and June 27th. That would be noon to 4. We would be closed, as the other offices are closed too at those times. And that would be it.
That was 5 days total?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days total.
6. And none of them are all day closed?
No, that just wouldn't really benefit the county if we closed all day. We're pretty busy.
And this is closed to the public.
Yes, yes.
You will be in the office.
We'll be in the office.
All staff will be.
Absolutely.
Would that be like being closed for training?
Yeah, closed for training.
What has something changed, Jeff, with the appeals process that requires you not to, or to have closed from the public?
It's the goal to expedite the process so we can have our side of it done before we roll our numbers to the auditor. The appeal process in the past has always lingered. We're using new forms. We have new mandatory protocols as far as different types of appeal requires different information. Any appeal on value or descriptions of the property requires the assessor to go and visit the property. Any appeal on value, I have every sale in every neighborhood already on a spreadsheet prepared. It's really about expediting.
Okay.
Yeah, just to
You're
keep
hoping to get it done quicker than
Get
it's
it
been
done.
done in the past by doing this. Okay.
Because the state does require me to meet with every taxpayer that appeals.
Right.
In a preliminary hearing, and then those taxpayers have the right to go to the board. So those require a 30-day notice for the board hearings.
Which would be the PETA vote.
PETA board, yes, that's correct. So the quicker I get my side done, the quicker the PETA board can hear things.
I'll move to allow the assessor's office to close for training purposes on the dates that he stated.
I'll second the motion.
It's motion made and seconded to approve the request, the office closing to the public request by Mr. Coleman. Is there any other questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else I can help you with?
Just, you will give public notice ahead of your days you're gonna be.
Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna have them posted by the end of the day, probably. Just
Okay.
have them up there, so that, because we have a lot of regulars that come in with the title companies and stuff. They need a little heads up, so.
Bob, maybe the newspaper could help us out a little bit?
I can email those dates for you so you have them in a bit. All right?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Michael?
I don't have anything for approval. Am getting quotes to start working on replacing computers on the first floor for like auditors, assessors, prosecutor's office. So, we got the clerk and most of the upstairs done at the end of the year with my end of my 2018 money. So I'm hoping to get some of those replaced on the first floor and continue with the idea of a 5-year cycle, so that we can get into a more stable setup instead of having a computer suddenly get so old that there's nothing we can do but replace it, which is kind of what was done in the past. And as you can imagine, that causes problems like I've got a computer that I just finished replacing for the airport on my desk right now that, because their old computer had gotten so old and failed, it's taken me about 2 weeks to recover data off of it. And get it up and running again. So obviously the whole point is to keep it up and running instead of having those kind of downtimes. Other than that, the monthly report, emails, we're up to 819,000 emails this last month coming in. 271,000 of those were spam and viruses, that kind of stuff. So that still leaves almost 550,000 emails that our employees dealt with. So I want to say that's up like 200,000 just from the month before. So it just keeps ramping up. And I don't really know if it's just regular business that's increasing through email or if there's some other factor. And I know the e-filing's a part of it, because every time when somebody e-files something, a number of people in the courts and clerk's office get an email about it. So instead of one email, well, that one action generates 5 or 6 emails in the system that isn't spam. So unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. So I guess we could tell people to commit less crimes, but that doesn't really seem to work. Ticket-wise, I had 264 tickets for the month. Quite a few more city than normal. We've actually had more city tickets than I had county this last month. So there's been a couple of days where I was pretty much working on city computers a day or two in a row, just nothing but city computers. So, which has kind of been unusual since I've been here. Most of the time it's more county than city, but this time it kind of worked out 50-50 for once. So, other than that, that's pretty much it. Anything going on that I need to know about or don't know about that you want to bring to my attention?
Anything?
Okay. Well,
Thank
you
you.
know where to find me.
Thank you.
Adrian was on. I don't see him anymore. We'll move on. Lost his chance. Is there a mail that needs to be brought forward? Anybody else have any mail that needs to be? Old business. The Cemetery Commission, Amy? It's all yours.
I am just asking for our appointment of Brian Dobb. He will be taking Lisa Austin's place, and I believe that term is up in 2020.
Has anyone received anybody else?
No, nobody wants to volunteer for all that hard work.
Too much work for
Too
him.
much work for him, isn't it? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to, let her go ahead with her appointment.
No.
Who is it?
Brian Dobb.
Brian Dobb.
I'll second the motion to appoint Brian Dobb as the newest member to the Cemetery Commission.
And to finish a current term. If you could make sure, Jane, that follows the term. Is there any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before you go, I'd like to thank you and all the others working with you on the job you're doing, because not very many people put up with that stuff. Good job.
Thank you.
We already took care of the ordinance, repealing of the ordinance under new business. Is there any other new business that needs to come before us? Any other patriot concerns? Mr. Caldwell, good to see you.
I'm sorry?
Good to see you.
Okay, see you. Real quick, I had a request, should have been on your agenda. I'm Dave Caldwell, the Fayette County Soil and Water Conservation Board. We're having our 10th annual river cleanup on July 13th, Saturday, July 13th this summer. And we want to, we'll clean up stuff on the river, but we wanted to add into that some training and some action on invasive species cleanup as well. And that's not just along the river. I would like to see if it would be okay if we took a crew down to 3 Mile and that park there and cleaned up there as well. That's county property, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I wondered if that'd be okay. We'll have people of all ages, anybody underage will be shackled, they'll have an adult with them. But if that's all right to do.
These invasive species, are they like certain bushes that'll keep taking over?
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that? That's
Yeah,
what it
Asian
is?
bush honeysuckle, well, multiflora rose is not it's kind of an invasive.
We got that
We
red
did to
bush, I don't know
ourselves.
what to call it now.
Yeah, burning bush and
Yeah.
things like that. So I'm not sure what all we have there. Garlic mustard is one. Tree of heaven is one that I know we have here and there. So I'm not sure. We're yet to pin down a invasive species expert to help us in training and then go down and identify them for people and then get them out of there. But when we get that way, we'll have a better idea how we'll go about it. It may involve some spraying, if that's all right. If you don't want me to, we won't. We'll just do it, but.
You gonna also do poison ivy and
No.
poison oak?
No, those are native. No, it'd just be the invasives, the things that have been imported and have no enemies. That's why they take over. So if that's all right, I appreciate us being able
Is
to
there,
do
is
that.
there a problem with it?
No, I don't. Did you make a
Fine with
motion?
me,
I'll
yeah.
make a motion to go ahead and let them have at it.
Sure. I'll second that motion.
There's a motion made and seconded to allow them to clean up down at the park,
Okay.
as well as
And along the river. I think
along the
that's-
river and
yeah.
whatnot. On
I
the
guess
13th,
Is along the river up to the water line, is that county? Or, I'm not sure how that is.
I think
We're
it's
gonna
the
pull them if we
waters
see
of the
them,
state, isn't it?
Pardon?
It's the waters of the state, isn't it?
I guess so, yeah.
As long as nobody shoots at you, I guess it's okay.
Well, if we see them, we'll pull them. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes. Thank you, sir. Any other? If not, I'll entertain a motion to pay payroll and claims.
I'll move to pay the claims payroll.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to pay claims and payroll. Any questions or comments on any of them? All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes. We'll go ahead and get those signed before we adjourn.
You didn't get it till later.
I did stop for lunch.
Yeah.
On my way through. Because I ate absolutely nothing this morning at work.
Still think she just needs to.
Did I forget anything?
This time, Gary.
I thought there was supposed to be 4 of them.
I just reread ABC said to put him down for meeting on the 17th, so I wonder if he wasn't here because I didn't realize the meeting was going to. I didn't correct him, I didn't even pay attention, but it said the 7th.
Hey Jay, how quick will we get that roller?
I'll quit. I'll write to call him and get somebody to go get it.
It
But I'll probably get Davis to go get it. Bill and take our old trailer up there and get it, because we're not sure that, Warren's is not sure the number 7 truck will survive the trip up there and back. It's an old truck. I thought it probably would, but better to have somebody get out. They'd hate to have 2 pieces of equipment sitting up there and have to go get it.
That roller will be pretty heavy.
Hmm?
That roller will be pretty heavy.
8 ton, I think he said it was, or 8.5 tons, somewhere around there.
So now, how does, I mean, our old repertoire roller used for the ballast, gravel or
Yeah.
whatever we put in the bed, how's these self-propelled?
These, you've got water tanks on them,
And you fill the,
and there is plus a place for gravel on them too, I think.
oh really?
Yeah, when we looked at it up there. So this is a 2011, it's still a fairly new roller,
Mm-hmm, sure is.
but it's a little bit narrower than what we're used to using, but that's fine. Just have to make another pass.
Because.
You're not going down the road and turn around and
Yeah,
come back, so
you're
you're,
capable of going back and forth.
Yeah.
I think it'll still be quicker.
I think so too. But I'll call him tomorrow, let him know everything went through all right. We'll set up good getting it off.
All right,
So we should have it down here next week.
okay, all right. Thank you.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second motion.
There's a motion made and seconded for adjournment. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes. Motion adjourned.